Every summer, Classical Conversations hosts hundreds of free 3-day conferences around the country, and chances are in your area. I shoot videos at Practicum every year, and when I ask parents what they're getting out of it, I always hear the same 5 things. So in this video, I'm going to give you 5 reasons to attend a Practicum.
Every day had something helpful that helped me see the larger picture, the bird's eye view, but then also breaking it down into manageable chunks.
Very practical ideas on how you engage the students to make the memory work stick and to equip me to learn it along with them.
Parent Practicum just means this is a conference designed to give you practice using the teaching tools the speaker is teaching you. The morning session is a keynote with activities, and it centers on big ideas, big picture, big educational principles. The afternoon is more interactive, and it focuses on the particular and the practical.
The speakers are always fantastic. They're funny. They're relatable because they've been through your struggles and they have success stories to share with you.
As much as it's a time for learning, it's just as much about fellowship. I'm not alone in my struggles as a homeschooling parent.
Homeschooling is daunting. Especially if you weren't homeschooled yourself, it can be hard to know where to start or even believe you can do it. So if you don't feel educated enough to teach your kids, if you don't feel like you have the tools to teach at home, this community is the one that's heard it all. We're all in it together, and they'll remind you why you're doing this.
You get different perspectives, different means of accomplishing similar tasks.
I've had probably the past 6 months not knowing what I'm getting into, some anxiety, and I felt just very encouraged. That it's been very warm. The women, I feel like, want to tell you what has worked for them, what hasn't.
Homeschooling can be lonely, with new challenges every day, especially if you're just starting out. There are lots of places to read about homeschooling, but at Practicum, you can meet the people with the experience.
I did well in school, but as a mother of 2, I don't remember anything that I'm trying to teach my son now. This just makes me feel like I'm so much more involved, like I'm almost kind of learning it for myself again too.
A lot of parents have the fear that they don't remember enough of their own education to teach their kids. In modern education, the model that most of us grew up in, there's a tendency to fall into a cycle of study, test, forget. Now that's at least partly because the modern world views knowledge, education, and learning as a matter of accumulating information. At Parent Practicum, you'll be introduced to classical education, where knowledge, education, and learning are seen as a matter of learning how to learn, with tools like grammar, understanding the basic elements of any new subject, dialectic, understanding the connections that exist between those elements, and rhetoric, understanding the subject as a whole picture. That's an education not only about information, but about formation into someone who can self-teach for life. Now that means that your ability to teach your child doesn't depend on what you've learned, but on your ability to become a learner alongside them. And that's a paradigm shift that gives parents the confidence to set the course for the future of their homeschooling.
When we are living together, just generally, we are living among people who are eternal beings. It impacts how I speak to them and the freedoms I give them or don't give them.
Now, closely related to the last reason is the idea that a child is more than a vessel waiting to be filled with information. A child is also a soul waiting to be nourished and formed. Practicum will give you the tools to homeschool with this in mind. Tools that will deepen the way you set your goals, tools that will drive out the doubts and the fears that you had at the outset. I shoot videos there every year, and I've seen it happen.
Yes, we are doing this thing called Classical Conversations. We are doing this thing called teaching and parenting, and those are, I think, good things to think about, but I think we get stuck in the practical details and without the vision of the bigger picture. As I think about how I am teaching these eternal beings I don't need to get annoyed so much with them. I don't need to, expect too much from them, because everybody's in a different place and God is working on each individual life.
One of the biggest breakthrough moments was having grace for today, not thinking ahead to that overwhelming sense of, I can't do this and I don't have what I need to do this, but knowing that I've got grace for today and knowing that God has given me what I need for today to accomplish this mission for now.
So that's our 5 reasons to attend a parent practicum. You can find a practicum near you at the link in the description or learn more about it over here. And if you want to learn more about classical education, visit our YouTube channel or our website. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more homeschooling content every week. God bless you and happy homeschooling.